Hey guys, welcome back. This is Val. In today's video, I'm gonna take my new item here at DAZ, the magical fairy forest, for a quick spin inside DAZ Studio. I'm gonna show you just how detailed, how ridiculously detailed this is, alright? I took a lot of photos to cover this one. I think it was over 700 photos, something like that, to scan this centerpiece, and it has 16K texture. So it's, I mean, if you take a look at, just how ridiculously detailed this is, it just, it just blows one's mind, right? It just looks pretty much photoreal. So what I want to do is just show you inside DAZ Studio what kind of options you have and what's included. As you can see here, you got the load scene, you got the center trunk, you got 4 distant trees, as you can see here. And then you also have 3 additional fog layers, which are here, here, and here, right? These can be adjusted as well. And then you got an area preset, and you have 3 lights included: key light, fill light, and backlights. And those extra lights are meant for your characters or animals or wildlife or whatever you are rendering here, right? And then you've got different options for the centerpiece. That is this one here, the crazy scan, right? That one has 4K textures, which is default. 8K works really well close to the trunk, and also is kind of easier on your system. And then you've got 12K mats for extreme ridiculous details at close range. Now, I had 16K textures for this originally, but I kind of decided to not include them because they are very, very heavy for your system, right? So once you have that installed, you can find it in DAZ formats, my DAZ library, Dreamlight, environments, Dreamlight array, and magical fairy forest. Now you're gonna get 5 icons. One that loads the scene, which is this one. Let's double tap on that. And then you've got the main render preset as well. I'm gonna click on that and then switch to the supplied camera preset. All right. So this is how it looks when you load it. And then if you want to change the resolution of the centerpiece, so for instance, if I go closer to this now, this ridiculously high resolution thing, right? And let's turn off depth of field because it kind of messes up with the backdrop. There we go. This is the 4K mat. All right, so this is how close you can get with the 4K resolution and still get a lot of details, right? So you don't need to worry about using 8K or 12K. Now, if you want to change the resolution of this, you have to select the trunk first, then go here and choose, 8K. Let's grab that first. That's gonna double the resolution of the textures. And this one here, the 8K, I think is the best version. It's a good trade-off between quality and also it doesn't, it doesn't become such a huge kind of memory hog for your system, right? Let me turn off that flashing thing. Now you can get really close and you're still getting really crisp details of this range. Now it starts to become a little bit fuzzy the closer you get, of course, right? We cannot, it's not a magic show, but in that case you can go for the 12K mat to get even more details up at close range. And that now puts some strains on my system. This is just a laptop, but you can already see that the resolution is pretty insane, right? You can get that close. I mean, how often can you get that close a tree trunk, right? It's pretty ridiculous, right? So I think 8K is the most usable version, and 4K if you have a lower end system, and it just works perfectly. All right, so the thing is, this scene, as I said, has a center trunk. Then if I zoom out a little bit, you can see that it has the distant trees and the 3 kind of fog planes, right? This one here in front of the camera or in front of the trunk, this one immediately after, and then one distant one. Now I didn't use the built-in fog effects because I just felt they kind of became a little bit too much too quickly. So I also baked in, this is kind of like my own design, this fog, right? And it has a cool beam light effect as well. So if you take a look at this, you can see that it has a nice kind of light beam effect going through here, and it looks really cool. Now, if you want to turn this scene into something a little bit darker, like a moonlight or something, right? One thing you can do is go to environment. It uses the built-in array system with an HDR map. So this map is included, you know, as a backdrop. It's 360 degrees, as you can see. All right, so you can render this from any direction you want. All right, and the additional lights, of course, they may at time produce some unwanted results. If this is, you know, meant to be like a backlight coming from behind, if you're looking through that from this direction, you will get the backlight straight on. All right, so I would suggest when you are rendering from this direction, like 360 degrees from the other way here, right, what you can do is rotate this fairy tale light set 180 degrees. That will then turn that around and you will get a more pleasant experience from that. All right, cool. Now, the distant trees don't have super high resolution textures. They are meant to be distant objects. They look pretty good at semi distances, something like that, right? But not at close range. So I want to, you know, I kept those textures pretty low resolution so I could kind of force extreme resolution on the center trunk, right? So now, if you want darker presence like night, click here on the environment tint and go blue. Duh, right? But then it becomes kind of interesting. If I go to the normal direction of the lights and go around with my camera, something like that, and let's say I want to have now something that, you know, that kind of works because it's sunshine going through a little bit, right? But ideally, if you're doing night, I would suggest you grab all these three lights and go with something dark, right? Something to consider is to keep at least one of them whitish or yellowish. So the fill and back, those you can keep, for instance, let's copy this to custom colors and then go here. Change the backlight to blue. Change the filler to blue. All right. And then we are, for now, keeping the main as orangish. I think it would better be suited here as white. So we get that night feel. Then you have also the fog effects, which you can also modify. These are included here as a single item. Okay, you change one, you change them all. And pretty much if you change the base color to something blue tinted, for instance, something like here, that will also then be more tinted in blue, and you need to change on both ends here on the emission color as well. So then you have like a darker presence, and you can control this here also with intensity. I mean, night is usually a little bit darker than this, right? So if you go to half the intensity, you get a little more night presence right there, and you can punch this kind of low to get really nice looking night scene, and then you have still that cool beam effect going through. So guys, that was a quick overview of this new set of mine. This is a 360 degree environment, right? It has ridiculous details. I almost fell out of this tree when doing taking these photos and hurt my back. That's a different story for a different video. And then of course you can just, you know, top it off by adding a depth of field effect, and here ideally from the top view you can easily see where the main trunk is, and you can just adjust that to where you want it to be. So where do you want that sharpness to be on the tree? And then you're of course controlling the background here. Do you want less fuzziness? You increase this value, right? And you want more, you decrease this value to get different effects. So guys, that's pretty much all for this video. There is a link below this video to get this cool tree in my DAZ store. And also there is a free link below this video for the free photo studio light set and studio set with props and all included for DAZ Studio. There's a link below this video for that as well. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Have fun with your art, and I'll see you soon again.